Hey, thanks for joining me today. It's Wednesday, February 24th. Big Idea Wednesday, where I like to take an idea, a big idea, if you will, that may help you understand yourself and the world a little bit better. Don't worry, I'll get back to politics, talking about something in the news tomorrow. But first, flame on. I do want to thank everyone, including you, for smashing that like button. It does make a difference with the success of my channel, and it makes me feel a little better. So thanks for that. And today's topic comes from an academic journal, Cognitive Therapy and Research. The title of the article is Cognitive Therapy in the Treatment and Prevention of Depression, a 50-year retrospective with an evolutionary coda. Now, that's one of the problems with academic journals. They use a lot of big words, like in this one they use efficacious and some other things. A little bit hard to read, but fortunately, there was an article that summed this up quite well in Forbes that was published yesterday by Mark Travers, entitled, "Talk Therapy is a Better Way to Treat Depression Than Medication, Suggests New Research." Now, just a reminder that even though I am an expert, I do have a fancy microphone. I'm not a doctor, a psychiatrist, or a psychologist. So take that for what you will. I'm just some guy on the internet giving my take on this. I think I know a little bit about it, but that's what you need to know. So a new paper published in the Journal of Cognitive Therapy and Research argues that talk therapy is in most cases more effective at treating depression than antidepressant medications. So when we're talking about depression in this case, we're talking about regular depression, and I'm just going to give you my definition. Regular depression is something bad happens in your life, and you feel sad about it. Your spouse leaves you, you lose a job, someone you care about passes away, and rightfully, you feel sad, you feel bad. That's depression. Clinical depression, on the other hand, and this is my definition, is the person feels bad, but it's not tied to a specific event. It has to do with their body chemistry, with their brain chemistry, their hormones, something about the way they operate. They're feeling bad, but it's not because of something that happened in their life. So that's the difference between the two. Today we're talking about regular depression, okay? So the conclusion is based on 50 years of data and theory comparing the effectiveness of traditional modes of talk therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and antidepressant medications such as Prozac, Zoloft, and other selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs. So again, talk therapy is what you may see in the movies and TV, where someone goes in for a weekly or bi-monthly appointment, and they will sit down and talk with a professional, and they will work out why they're feeling down, why they're feeling bad. They will do this through a series of questions. How do you feel about that? And tell me more about that. And how did that make you feel? You know, that kind of stuff. And obviously, SSRIs are antidepressant medications, okay? So the authors, led by Stephen Holland of Vanderbilt University, point to a series of studies showing that people who talk through their depression with a mental health professional are more likely to, 1, reduce the duration of the depressive episode, and 2, to address the root cause of the depression, making relapses less common. By their estimates, patients treated to remission with talk therapy are half as likely to relapse following treatment as patients treated with antidepressant medications. Depression is the most prevalent of the psychiatric disorders and the second leading cause of burden worldwide, state the researchers. Cognitive therapy is the most extensively tested of the psychosocial interventions and has been found to be as efficacious as and more enduring than antidepressant medications. The conclusions speak to the power of talk therapy while simultaneously casting doubt on the efficacy of antidepressant medications. In fact, in their view, the antidepressant medications can, in certain cases, have a iatrogenic or harmful effect. Now, I think this is really interesting. It makes sense to me, and I believe it to be true. And it's interesting that now this is backed by some research and data. Now, when you think about that, if someone is feeling bad, they go to a psychiatrist for some help, and they're just given some drugs, that may just prolong their depression. That may not help them. That may just mask it. It may also help, okay? But you can understand that if you feel bad because there is a reason that you feel bad, dealing with that reason is going to help you more than just taking some pills and just making your mind a little fuzzy so that you don't think about it. You know, I think that talk therapy actually gets to the problem, whereas SSRIs just kind of mask the problem. And the article goes on to conclude that talk therapy should be the first step in dealing with depression rather than jumping immediately to medications. It concludes, just as pain serves to signal to squids that have been maimed to begin their evasive maneuvers sooner, we think that depression signals to the individual that there are problems to be solved and that focusing attention on these problems is the first step toward finding a solution. I think that this is a very important study. If you know anyone in your life that goes in to get treated for depression and then they end up getting prescribed something, maybe overprescribed something, and then they just don't deal with it, and it could affect their mind, how their mind works. Now, I'll get back to talking about politics in the news tomorrow. I wanted to talk about this today because I think it's really important. It can help you and someone you really care about. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and I hope you have an awesome day. Peace.